Hey everyone, hope you're having a good Monday and had a good weekend this past weekend. Greetings to you from Maryland. We are currently in College Park, Maryland. BJ's on a job this week, so we are hanging out here and getting caught up. Last week was a pretty quiet week in, where were we at? Gettysburg Farms in Pennsylvania, which is the Thousand Trails Park there. We've done a blog on it before. We were there last season and closed it out, and we were there again this week. Or this past week. We were on the river campground side of things this time around, so we only had a 30 amp hookup, water and electric. So we were using bathhouses and paper plates and stuff like that. So this week we'll be catching up on laundry and chores around the campsite and getting things done and holding down the fort while BJ is working on an install job. While we were there, we did learn Thousand Trails has made a change this year. So if you have not stayed at a Thousand Trails Park or were not aware, they are now assigning spots even at their anchor parks, not just the Encore park. So when you check in, you are given a spot. That proved to be a bit of an issue if you saw any of our stuff last week. The parking spot that we had wasn't quite right for our size rig, and so we had some challenges there. So we learned a lot of times they have emergency spots and stuff like that. They can work with you. So we've learned a little bit better about navigating that if there happens to be an issue with the assigned spot. But just know that that is actually a thing now, assigned spots at Thousand Trails Parks. We also spent some time going around to Hershey again. I had shared out on the socials that we went to Hershey. BJ and I got a date day while Louie was working on a project. And so we went over to the botanical gardens and the arboretum there and the butterfly garden and had a really nice time. And then of course picked up a giant Reese's cup from Hershey's World since it was right there around the corner. That was really cool. And then we did take him over to the Amish farms and Amish house, and we did a tour through there so he could get an experience about what that lifestyle and culture is like a little bit. There was an incentive. He loves Weird Al. We all do. And so I made him a bingo card based on Weird Al's Amish Paradise. If you haven't heard it, definitely look it up. So he got to learn a little bit about which of that song, which tidbits in there are fact, which ones are just not fact or not completely true, and why there's variation. So really good learning experience for him. And of course we hit up an Amish farm stand. So I'll have some information coming out on that later in May. I'll get a blog put together so I can refer you to those if you're going to be in the area as well. But yeah, so if you want to see quick glimpses of those, I do actually already have the reels. I put the pictures and stuff up, but the blog will come out later this month. Yesterday, the blog on Asheville, our week in Asheville, did drop, so lots of good information there, as well as some good organizations that are still helping out the community since they are still recovering from Hurricane Helene last year. So you can check that out over on the blog, and the budget blog came out last week as well. So information on our April spending, and so now we are just jumping into life in May. We do have blogs coming out this week. BJ got some written about the Catawba Falls and the North Carolina Arboretum that we were at when we were in Asheville. So that information is there, and then we'll have some information later this week coming out about Mayberry and our trip there. So those links and everything will be there, along with links on the travel map. So you can always find them on the travel map if you missed the blog or they're not quite on your radar yet. You can check those out. So yeah, we'll be in Maryland this week. We enjoyed dinner last night with our kids that live over on the other side of DC. So we got to hang out with them, and like I said, tackling chores and projects. I'm still working on the RV Life workbook, getting that put together. So fingers crossed I can make some good progress on that this week. Right now, our drama, Luther found a baby bird. Turns out to be a robin that had fallen from a nest. Looks like there was a snake in the tree and a nest on the ground and a baby bird on the ground that doesn't have all its feathers. So he is currently talking to an animal rescue. He's learning how to navigate the whole wildlife situation. And talking to them and monitoring the baby bird and following their tidbits to see if we're going to have to figure out how to make a high-speed run in an area we don't know to a place we don't know. But that's to be seen. So I'll keep you guys posted on that on the page as well. But again, check out the website. Lots of blogs coming out. You can also go over to barnesonmove.com and check out our travel map for other places that we've got linked in there for you. Lots of good stuff, lots of blogs on there. There's even printables, a free printable page if you're new here or new to the website, haven't checked it out. Lots of free printables. We've got a savings page there as well. We don't have any affiliates or anything like that, just places that have allowed us to do discounts and pass those on to you guys. So that's there to include the open roads. If you saw our savings on the April budget page, we saved almost 10% of our gas budget using open roads. So if you got a diesel, definitely check that out. That savings page is there as well. But otherwise, we'll see you guys this week. We'll see you on the socials. If you got questions, let us know in the comments, and definitely drop a hello down below. Let us know where you're at this week. If you're starting to jump into your summer travels, we'd love to hear about it and see your stuff as well. So we'll see you guys later, and you guys take care, and we'll see you out there.